You get up, you go to work, you smile, you do all the things, but inside you're just empty.
That is functional depression. You look fine on the outside, but inside you're carrying a weight that no one sees.
Welcome back to the Touch My Health podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Katie.
Today we're going to be talking about functional depression, how to identify it, what you can do for it, and how to heal from it.
Functional depression isn't an official diagnosis, but it's often used to describe persistent depressive disorder or high functioning depression. I kind of think of it in the same realm of a functioning alcoholic.
Hmm.
They don't say, oh, I'm an alcoholic or I have alcoholism and they function, but it's still a functioning alcoholic. And I think of functional depression as the same. They don't have full blown depression, but they're still functioning while feeling those same depressive
Yeah, like
symptoms.
you're going to work and you're drunk all the time, or you're going to work and when you get home you just are sad.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of the ways to identify your functioning depression. It means you can still meet life's demands. You're paying the bills, raising the kids, showing up to work every day, but you're doing it on autopilot with no joy, no spark, really no emotion behind your daily activities.
Right. And the dangerous part is because you seem fine, people don't notice you're struggling. And even you may not realize it yourself.
Have you ever gone through a time when you were functioning but felt unhappy?
Oh gosh, yes. I definitely can relate to that. I mean, there's many times in the past where I was very unhappy and I was just functioning. But
Hmm.
even more recently, it's something I've noticed, especially this past year or this year, 2025, as I have felt just like on an autopilot and not that joy and that spark's not there. And I feel like, why is this not here? I'm in a good spot in my life. I have a great partner. I have a
Oh,
good
good.
life. I have all the things. I mean, yeah, there's still some struggles, but it's like, why do I feel like this? And I also am approaching 40 next year, so I don't know if it's hormonal, like,
Some of
but
that
this has been,
premenopause.
yeah, but this has been definitely something that it was brought to my attention and I have paid a lot more attention to because it's definitely what it looks like for me right now.
I think that's the first part of identifying your functional depression. But a follow-up question I have is like, why do you think so many people hide it?
Well, I think a lot of people hide depression, period.
Uh-huh.
But functional depression, I think a lot of people hide it because it's easier to hide. You still are going about doing your day-to-day routine, or you're still doing all the things like you said that you need to do. You know, you're paying the bills, you're getting up, taking care of the kids. So in your mind, you're telling yourself, I'm fine, or
Hmm.
it's okay, or you're just making excuses. So that's why I think a lot of people then hide it, or they don't want to feel burdens. They don't feel like it's bad enough and don't want to feel burdensome to someone else.
Right. Like they walk through life, but just don't want to admit that
Hmm.
they're sad.
Right, yeah. And well, let's talk about what functional depression actually maybe looks like. So
Okay.
let's list what it can look like in real life because this isn't always crying in bed all day. It's going to look different. So why don't we list off some ways that it's looking different for someone?
Yeah, you can always feel tired
Right.
even after sleep. A lot of that is lethargic. You lose interest in things that you used to love, or sometimes you even fake enthusiasm. Uh,
I've
you
done
know, yeah, you procrastinate. You're still meeting those deadlines, but you probably are procrastinating, pushing it off to the very end. And sometimes you feel disconnected from life, from your family, and you're just existing.
Right. That for me, the biggest one right now is, and this hit home really hard when I read this, was feeling guilty for not being grateful enough. Like I said,
Oh,
I feel like I have so much to be grateful for, and I feel guilty because I get these thoughts or feelings, and I'm like, this is where I wanted to be. I'm in the point in my life where I wanted to be, and I'm here, and I'm still I'm feeling this way, and why, and then I feel guilty.
and you're still not, you still don't feel like it's enough.
Well, like I should appreciate my life more. Why am I not appreciating my life more? Why am I feeling so just drained, fatigued, or no, like the faking the enthusiasm around people? Some days I'll tell you, like, I don't want to people. I don't want to be around. I mean,
Yeah.
or if I've been out and around and then I come home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just drained because I faked so much enthusiasm or something, you know? Sometimes I get a wild hair up my ass and I want to go and like, let's do things with friends and have fun. But a lot of times I just want it to be me and you because I don't want to fake enthusiasm around someone. I don't want to.
You don't want to people.
Right.
You don't want to have to be around people and put on
Right.
that happy face.
Yeah. And because you're still getting things done, um, people would say, "Oh, you're fine," or that's why because I'm still getting things. Oh, I'm fine, but
Mhm.
you're really not. You're not fine.
Yeah, and that's where you've got to really take a deep look into yourself and realize that you're unhappy. So personally, what have you experienced with functional depression?
I think I've experienced the fatigue.
Hmm.
Like this year has been, the fatigue has been rough. I was very regimented and had a routine and how I did things, and getting up in the morning and going to the gym was my thing. Like that's how I love to start my day, and I still do. But being able to get up and do that and not being able to get out of bed and have that motivation too, because my sleep is off also because I sit in bed at night and I'll start ruminating about things, but then, I think I'm having some crazy dreams that I just don't remember.
Yeah.
But that fatigue and then not doing those routines and then feeling like not wanting to be around people, whereas before I liked being around people more, and now it's starting to, I feel like, be draining. And the things that I loved, I I don't, I'm like, I don't know anymore. I just don't know. And then feeling guilty because I'm like, you should be grateful. You should be happy. You have all the things in your life that you want.
Hmm.
But then I you know,
Just not feeling like it's enough.
well, no, it's not that it's enough.
Do you
It's
think
just me. I'm like,
yeah.
be happy.
You
Just
think you're
happy.
you think you're comparing it to like social media? Do you think the social media is a part of that issue?
Well, I think social media can make things worse for sure.
Hmm.
For me personally, sometimes yes, because I look at other people and their lives and I'm like, they're doing good, and then sometimes I look at things and I just remind myself too, like, it's not real. Like, that's not real.
Yeah, there are a lot of fake
Yeah.
influencers out there on
Right.
social.
Well, not even the influencing part, but just owning your own business too. Like when I look at people who own their own business, and I own my own tax advisory business, which I also have a regular, I wouldn't say corporate job. I don't work for corporate, but I have a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then I have the tax advisory business. So when I see people who are also having their own business and what they're doing, or if they're super successful in a certain amount of time, and then you
Yeah.
play that compare game to where, okay, well, they're here and I'm here, and okay, so what do I need to do? And social media for me is hard. I don't, the posting all the time is tough.
Yeah.
And so, but it's a necessary evil. So it can make things worse for sure. I did see something on social media the other day that I don't know how I felt about it, but it was a video someone made and they were talking about like how, no one cares about your childhood trauma. No one cares about your depression. No one cares about this or that. Like get over it, move on.
Jesus.
You need to basically like no one's going to fix your life or feel bad for you. You need to be the ones to do actionable steps, fix your life, this or that. Like it had a good message, but the undertone and like some of that.
Sounds very negative.
Right. And when we talk about things, it's not to say, oh, boo hoo me, or we went through this, we went through that. It's an awareness. We went through things. We want to bring awareness to it so
Yeah.
people don't stuff it down and hide it, or they feel more comfortable talking about it and give you actionable steps to be able to move past it.
Yeah.
So,
Moving past it isn't forgetting about it. It's healing. It's going through it and then identifying it and becoming a better
mhm.
person because you went through it.
Well, and this is why it makes functional depression too so hard to spot because people don't want to talk about things,
Yeah.
and we should.
Yeah, and you have to talk about it. Part of that problem is the mask, right? The
Right.
mask that you're wearing, because people with functional depression have learned to hide it so well, and they convince others and themselves that it's not bad or it's not that bad.
Right. And society rewards productivity. And if you're showing up and performing and no one's questioning how you feel,
Right,
you're
on the outside you look
right.
fine, but on the inside you're freaking dying. It's like having a broken bone, but you're still running a marathon. You know, the damage is real,
Right.
and you teach yourself to push through it. And that's part of that functional depression is just pushing through that sadness.
Mhm. So, do you think people wear the mask for others, or do you think people wear the mask for themselves?
Oh, I think they wear it for themselves. I think that like you said, they don't want to be burdensome to other people, or they don't want to talk about it.
Hmm.
A lot of people have depression, or those that face depression and functional depression think that nobody wants to listen to them, and
Yeah.
they're probably afraid. So I think it's a little bit of both where they wear the mask for other people as well, but I think more so for themselves.
Right. They don't want to talk about it.
Yep.
So, that makes perfect sense to me. I would definitely agree. How do you think functional depression affects the brain and the body?
It affects your brain mentally, like you're stuck in a low depressive state that becomes your normal.
Right.
Your brain stops expecting to feel happy or to feel that joy. And physically, the chronic stress and the hormones like cortisol stay elevated, which can lead to fatigue, inflammation, and even immune issues where you're sick more often.
Right. I think some autoimmune diseases 100% can come from things like too much stress, which is a product
Oh,
of functional depression. And over time, it can progress to major depression if it's untreated. So you got to get that treated for sure.
yeah. And the first step is awareness. It's identifying the functional depression that you're feeling, and just naming it can lift some of that shame.
Right. And then there's treatment options too. You have multiple different options. There's therapy, different ones like cognitive behavioral therapy, ACT, trauma-informed therapy. Then there's medication, SSRIs and SNRIs. They basically help the brain or help balance brain chemicals like serotonin or norepinephrine, such a norepinephrine, so your mood can stabilize. And lifestyle changes, movement, getting your body moving, going for a walk, exercise, jog, something, just move your body and sleep. Sleep is very important, getting your sleep pattern and your sleep schedule regimented and
Yeah.
hygiene and nutrition.
Right, and don't underestimate natural supports,
Right.
things like the omega-3s, vitamin D, getting out into the sun, some magnesium, adaptogens like ashwagandha,
Yeah.
and even, like I said, going out into the sun, that light therapy really can improve.
hmm The like red light therapy I've heard is,
Oh,
especially for
yeah.
its seasonal patterns, because some people have, they call it like seasonal depression,
Hmm.
more in the North or Midwest or
West for sure.
places that don't have a lot of sunlight or they have excess like cloud rain. They don't get that natural form of
Yeah.
vitamin D. So
When
there's different light therapies.
When I lived in Portland, I found myself a lot more depressed or in a depressive state because no sunlight. I wasn't around a beach and I love being around water and that, but it was always cloudy, it was always cold, it was always raining. You know, it that can really
Mm.
play a
I
big
could
role.
not. I
Yeah,
could not live in a place like that.
that's why I had to move.
Yeah.
It can really play a big role and take a toll on
Mhm.
your mood.
Yeah, my therapist was the one that told me a lot of people in the north have a vitamin D deficiency because of the weather and the sunlight, and he had recommended I get mine checked. And
Yeah.
surprisingly, my vitamin D levels were fine, but I still like to go out every day. Like I want to go out every day. I really want to get into walking like, outside every day, but it's so damn hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, oh my gosh, and
It
our poor dog. He's a corgi. He can't take it. Like we go walk around the little retention pond. He comes inside, just lays down. I'm like, I feel you, buddy.
yeah, it's hot, but
Yeah.
just 30 minutes out in the sun can be a huge help.
Shit, even 15. Just do start small, do something.
That's right.
But remember too, natural doesn't mean instead of. Sometimes the best treatment is a combination of both. It really depends on what's going to work best for you, and only you are really going to know that. So,
Yeah, personally what has helped you
mhm.
when you felt your functional depression? What have you tried or what have you
Right.
done?
So I have kind of tried, I've tried everything. No, but I've tried medication, like pharmaceutical medication.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like how it made me feel.
Were there a lot of
To me,
side effects?
to me, there was more side effects that I didn't care for. And I didn't want to feel, there's a difference of feeling happy and motivated and kind of uplifted
Mhm.
versus just feeling like
Blah.
numb
Yeah.
and tired and lit. Like I didn't like it didn't work for me. I wasn't happy and I tried a couple of different ones. So it's not like I just tried one and gave up. I did give it a try. It was not for me. Therapy was great. That's my number one, go to therapy. Find a therapist that you connect with, have a game plan, actionable results. And
Yep.
then the best thing, though, lately, over this last year, has been a functional mushroom pill that I have started taking. I take it in the beginning, I took it twice a day, and now I only take it once. Sometimes when I take it twice a day, I feel like I'm like too amped up. I'm like, but it's a functional mushroom pill. It has 8 different mushrooms. It's called Adapt. It's by Bravenly Global, who we have a brand partnership. But it's been amazing as far as the firing of the brain and making me feel happy and not this like high euphoric, but just actually a natural, genuine happy. So it's really helped me feel happy and not like a fake happy, a genuine just happy that is not artificial. And I feel also more motivated and I it helps with my discipline to be able to get things done and focus on tasks and complete tasks. And when you can complete tasks that you know you've had a hard time with, it automatically helps with that
That
those
serotonin.
those those brain those
Yeah.
feel goods to where you're like, yes, I'm accomplished. I'm feeling good. And it doesn't have any stimulant in it. So like there's no caffeine or it's not like you're all hopped up and jittery or something like that. It's just it has nootropics in it, which nootropics are amazing for mental cognition and clarity and focus.
Yes.
And it really, really has been a game changer for me and super, super helpful. I will not go without that until the day that it stops doing what it's doing. I'm taking it every day.
There's been a lot of studies lately around functional mushrooms, and it's being proven more and more that functional mushrooms can help aid in functional depression
Regular depression
and
too.
regular
I mean,
depression
they're
too. It's great. So do some research into functional mushrooms. We have our Bravenly Adapt.
yeah, we'll link it too.
We'll link
Definitely
it in the
check it out.
description. Yeah.
Mhm. And I also like, I feel like since I started doing the balance more, which is a 10 in 1 greens
Hmm.
and giving you your daily vitamins, yes, but daily vegetables and fruits servings and all of that, and just really paying attention to the nutrition side of what I'm eating and getting good things like that in my body, it does make me feel better too.
Uh, your overall health
Right.
is huge for your brain
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
fire and
And
to function. Yeah.
if you're someone who struggles to get your veggies and fruits and stuff like that in,
Greens powder.
right, it's a great way to it's kind of a little cheat code and it does help. Your nutrition is so important. Do you think functional depression is harder to heal because it feels not bad enough?
Yes. For short answer, yes. I think that it's hard to heal because a lot of people, like I said, don't want to talk about it. And it's not a medically diagnosed,
It's not an official one.
yeah.
Yeah, so
And therefore it's harder to identify in someone because on the outside they're going to look fine, but on the inside they're dying, and nobody knows that until they speak up and speak out about it.
right, and they always look so perfect and or not so perfect. Probably shouldn't say that, but they look well.
Yeah,
They don't look necessarily unwell.
it's true. And healing starts when you stop treating your sadness like it's an inconvenience.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta talk to someone, a therapist, a friend, somebody that you can confide in, even if you think you're not depressed enough.
Right. You don't need to wait until you're in complete crisis to get help. Like your life is worth enjoying, not just enduring.
That's powerful, and not just pushing through and
Right.
going on through your day. It's getting up, getting through the day, and feeling good about it.
And if you're getting through the day but feeling empty, that's not just life. You know, it's a sign something needs care, something needs attention in your life.
And you're not lazy, you're not ungrateful, you're just struggling. And it's okay to feel that way. Your feelings are validated. It's not just about surviving, it's about living, and you deserve it.
Yeah, we all deserve that. We all deserve to live, not just to survive.
100%.
Yeah.
You gotta be happy and not just fake happy,
Right.
for real happy.
Which is why I started going back to therapy too.
We know therapy is expensive, but the
Can't believe
positive
it.
the positive outlook on therapy is huge, and I couldn't be the person I am without it. You
Right.
couldn't be the person you are without it.
I think a lot of insurance, though, and companies are starting to really take mental health seriously. And
Yes.
there are a lot of ways to go to a therapist that are not, I think before it used to be a lot more expensive, and now it's become more affordable, or you have programs implemented into
Yes.
your insurance or your work where you can get free sessions. So many, you know, it's a lot more accessible than I think it probably used to be.
Yeah, we have the employee assistance program where they give you 5 sessions, the first 5 sessions for free,
Hmm.
and all you have to do is request more sessions, and 99% of the time they'll give you more sessions.
Right. Yeah.
And I think those are huge. It's something to take advantage of, and if you work for a corporate, look into that. Look up or contact your HR and ask about the EAP. It's Employee Assistance Program, because that's where I started with my therapy. Is I started with the Employee Assistance Program, and that catapulted me into full-time therapy.
Yeah. All right. Well, send this to a friend who's always appearing fine, but never actually really looks happy, or you may suspect that this is something even it's relatable to you.
Yeah, and if you've been there, share your story. You could be helping someone and letting them know that they're not alone.
Right.
You could be that lifeline for them.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for watching this episode on functional depression. We hope it was helpful. Like and subscribe for more mental health content. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. The links are in our bios, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, bye. Thank you for joining us today. If you learned something and our stories resonate with you, subscribe to our podcast. That's a zero-cost way to support our channel. You can also follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. They're linked in the description of the episode. We'd love for you to put any questions, comments, or suggestions for future episodes in the comment section on YouTube. We'll read them all. Again, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your interest. And as always, we remind you to be the best version of yourself. See you next time on the Touch My Health podcast.